Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw tips and tricks, and I just made this exact video last night. But what I did when I used the drop shadow tool, I actually went up to object and broke the drop shadow apart. And I was going to do some other things with it because you could put it in different places very easily. But I changed the color of it. And one of my mentors mentioned on that video that you do not have to break it apart to change the color. So if you grab the drop shadow tool and make a drop shadow right up here, everything's always right in front of you. You just look. If you don't have the drop shadow on, your bar up here doesn't show it to you. But if you do, you've got, we can do inside, outside, presets, colors. So we can make that drop shadow that red. We could make that drop shadow. This looks like a transparency, but it's not. It's kind of a transparency, but it's working in the opposite order of the transparency. Then you can feather it, which makes it not as sharp as of a shadow. There's a lot of things you can change the direction, to inside, outside, middle, average. And you can also change if you needed to be really precise, you could make this a negative. Let's just go 12. And look how far it put it, a negative 12 down. Of course, you wouldn't want to do that. Well, you might for some reason, but you can minutely move this thing. Let's just, right up here, let's just add to it. So it's just minutely moving that shadow so much you can't even really tell it. It's moving it in. Let's see if we can't speed it up. And you'll see if we just go at negative 0.1, it's just going to make it even with the shadow versus a negative 0.5. It brings it down a little bit. So if that's a little bit more information, a little more clarity on it, that way you could change the shadow back to whatever color you wanted. But you could still do the same thing if you break it apart. You can make it any color under the rainbow. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.